Hello everybody, this is Rizame. I'll be your host today as we list down the top 10 games that are very similar to the multiplayer survival FPS, Rust. Let's begin. 7 Days to Die is a zombie first-person shooter game that takes place in an open-world environment. Essentially, the game is like Rust, only along with the struggles of malnutrition and surviving encounters with other players is the constant fear tying to salivating zombies. Since release, the game has garnered over 50,000 reviews in Steam, which have been mostly positive. This means the vast majority of the player base is pleased with the game and should you try it because it is highly like it too. DayZ is an open-world post-apocalyptic survival game set in the post-Soviet country of Chernaris. It is like Rust in that it personifies the characters by attributing real-world qualities like hunger, thirst, and exhaustion. However, DayZ has a backstory that speaks of the pandemic that reduced almost all of the population to the ravenous cannibals players must withstand. Other than that, the games are similar, which means transitioning between the two will not be too tedious. Conan Exiles is an online multiplayer survival game set in the era of the Conan the Barbarian. As such, it features all the tools, environment, and otherworldly creatures that the legend references. The gameplay is like that of Rust, where crafting, farming, and building are essential to a player's survival, but the gear is reminiscent of the pseudo-historical Hyborian age. The world is also populated by other players with which you may merge forces, form alliances, fight, or compete online.
For protection, designing walls of stone.
SCUM is an open-world story-driven survival game published by Devolver Digital. It draws inspiration from Rust but serves a valiant attempt to redefine the genre. Like Rust, SCUM includes farming and crafting items while scavenging for necessary resources. However, SCUM has improved upon many common denominators such as the character customization and third-person shooter mechanics. For many, SCUM is an upgrade to Rust, making it a viable destination for players in need of something more. Ark Survival Evolved is one of the earlier issues in the open-world survival genre to be comparable to Rust. It is ideal should players go looking to make a lateral move to a different game with Rust core concepts. Ark Survival Evolved's gameplay and mechanics synonymous to that Rust is that only in Ark Survival there are dinosaurs. In the game, a player's survival is dependent on how well they can coexist and survive with the towering prehistoric beasts and other players that roam. In Stranded Deep, you assume the role of a plane crash survivor stranded somewhere in the Pacific Ocean. You do not know if help is on the way, how long it will take, or if you will last until then. But until then, you must do all you can to survive. Like Rust, there is a constant threat of impending doom as you scavenge the land, making do with the resources at your disposal. You must craft bases for shelter, floating contraptions for navigation, and weapons to hand for nourishment. Don't Starve Together can be referred to as the standalone multiplayer expansion of the uncompromising survival game Don't Starve. It is similar to Rust in that the gameplay occurs in an expansive open world in which players must scavenge for the resources and apply them effectively. In Don't Starve Together, survival is dependent of how effective players at the sourcing said resources, coping with other players, and contending with the beast that resides within the same environment. The Forest is an open-world survival game that functions like Rust, but with a unique backstory. In The Forest, you play as a survivor of a plane crash who is trying to earnestly to survive in a forest where the odds are stacked against you. Gathering resources to craft items and sustain oneself is difficult enough as is. But the forest is cursed and populated with cannibalistic mutants. Sad, ravenous cannibals show up at the most important moments, so a player must be quick to adapt if they are to last. Minecraft is an open-world game that is a true testament of longevity, as it has not only been around for a long time, but has also been dominant. Many gamers who currently play Rust started out playing Minecraft in some capacity. The game functions differently, looks differently, and focuses on different aspects in the genre, but the core concepts are the same. Minecraft can serve as a good substitute for players who'd rather focus less on the combative side of things and more in crafting and building. Subnautica falls within the same open-world survival genre as Rust, but in Subnautica, the unfavorable predicament is self-inflicted and occurs underwater. The game is all about exploration and unknown worlds entertainment that wonders in creating an environment so beautiful and alluring that players are willing to risk their lives to see more of it. The deeper players venture into depth of the subsurface unknowns, the rarer the resources found become, but aquatic perils become more prevalent. And that's it for our top 10 list of the games that are very similar to Rust. So join us next time as we list more top video games for you guys to play. Let us know in the comments below your thoughts about this video. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for you to get these in our next video. Until next time, this is your host, May.